Hey everybody, it's Kenny K here again with a free requested uh, for guitar cover 4u569. He asked, requested. Like I said, all requests are free. I'm not asking money for them. It's fun to broaden my spectrum a little bit to see movies that I didn't see yet. Now, I did see this movie before. It's called Dead Alive or Brain Dead. I saw it under the title Brain Dead from 1992. Uh, about a long time ago. And as a kid, I liked the movie, but now as an adult, it gets a 7.5, which is good. It's directed by Peter Jackson, the formidable Peter Jackson who made the trilogy of Lord of the Rings. The movie is set in New Zealand, where all the Lord of the Rings, the trilogy is filmed. A lot of people who go to New Zealand, they take the Lord of the Rings tour because you can visit the entire Hobbit city, Mount Doom, the castle in the second movie where the Urukais are going at and they're trying to hold him off with arrows and that was all done in New Zealand. Before he did this movie, he also did a movie called Bad Taste, which I also, as a kid, liked. But it's the same kind of humor slash gore splatter slash dark comedy. You have to understand this movie, Dead Alive, has a subgenre horror comedy, horror, dark comedy, fantasy, romance, splatter horror. So this movie has so many subgenres you can't see. Uh, I'm giving it a 5. I can't see this. No, no. And I'm gonna be raw. I'm gonna be raw. I'm not gonna because it's a request that I'm gonna be gentle. No, it's a piece of shit. I mean, I understand where they're going for. The movie basically is about this zombie ape, rat ape, that follows an obsessive mom like Norman Bates, with Norma Bates and Norman Bates. She's also very obsessive, and and yeah, and the thing is, she she's hiding just in front of the cage of that ape. She gets bit in the arm and squeezes its head with its. She has these stiletto shoes on with a needle. Squeezes the rat ape. There goes the rat ape. Because the way the movie starts is they go to what's it called, Island, like King Kong. I'm not sure. It was something with Skull, and then and they apparently one New Zealander and a group of natives. They were bought to get that crate, but the inhabitants, they didn't want that animal to be, you know, to be free in the open world. So they did everything, to basically stop them. But eventually, in the process, uh, the New Zealander gets bitten or scratched the head, bitten the arm, and they're like, oh, Ratma. And they take like this big ass axe almost and chop off his hand, like I said, then chop off his head. So there the gore already begins, but they still deliver the thing, because that's what I don't understand. The guy he was constantly complaining, we should let it go, we should let it go. Eventually, he does. Those are the two drivers that were waiting for them in a jeep. I think they wanted money because they went to the airport, put the rat ape on the flyer, and I think they just wanted the money. That's it. Oh, and the other guy who said no, we should let it go. It was like, yeah, okay. Now, from there on, the movie is all about Lionel, played by a guy named Timothy Ball, Paquita, a beautiful Latina woman called Diane. Now, Peñalver, because Peña, at the end and the little scribble, Peña, you say Javier Peña. You don't really say, the end is like silent, right? So okay, Paquita, and then Elizabeth Moody as Mum, the obsessive mom. She basically wants her son to take care of her, to be, she's rich, she has this giant mansion on the top of a hill. Eventually, like I said, she gets bit, and then it's the characters, the entire movie long, it's the characters, the sort of characters, then the way how they act, like, so she becomes it's even a movie that I did, like, oh, and not because she killed a kill or something, no, because the mom is falling apart, and she's like sitting there on a table, and she's like, when because she has company, but with these two people that can bring her into the medicines are here. She really wants that bad. She when they're talking to her, you have a woman and a man. The man is just more interested in food. She is like, she sees that something is wrong. She takes like a piece of meat from her board and starts to eat it, and then she's talking to her like, and then the guy, when the woman is like, she's like, is there dessert? How preposterous! No, we have desserts. Lionel says it's custard, but custard, always good. Then she does this fucked up thing with her wound that she had from the rat, and she squeezes on it like you're popping a fucking zit, and it flies in his bowl of custard, and he's eating that shit, so he'll probably become a zombie too at some point. There's so many of these things. He eventually, the inevitable happens. She becomes a zombie. In the meantime, she kills the nurse, just pulls her head right off her body, and she's still alive because I was talking. Her head is on her body, right? Her brain is being dismantled, but it's not. These zombies don't die by just chopping off their head. They have to be dismembered. really dismembered into pieces, into pieces. And so what happens is uh, Lionel goes to get, he's fighting with these zombies. He gets them in the cellar. Then he goes to get to a veterinary, and he's going to ask for sedatives. But and the veterinary, a weird guy. He's like sitting there. I couldn't understand a thing what he was saying, and was tampering with a machine, and it was drooling all the time. And then when he came in, he said, "Oh, yes." Sedatives. I can't give you sedatives. I can't give you tranquilizers. And now it was rambling something about being from Latvia and then whatever. So he puts all this armor on him and then pumps sedatives in there, but they're not sedated long. Eventually, it comes out that Uncle Les, his uncle, he finds out that okay, his mom died, and they're holding a funeral. But before they hold the funeral, the people, the coroners, the people who make you look clean, they're just doing. I'm not sure what the fuck they're doing. There were two. The guy probably put too much of the embalmment in, and the mum is just blowing up with green slime, splooching towards the fucking ceiling. The guy who made the mistake is doing, and then the other guy says, "Push!" right in his face. "This comes from your paycheck. I'll do it." He's sitting on those eyes, putting those eyes back in. I mean, then during the funeral, of course, zombie mom attacks Lionel because he wanted to put another dart in her for sure. And falls out of the grave, but they all think he darted her, but they all think, that's sad. That's sad. Yeah. So another thing that happens is at some point, he knows his mom's not dead. He knows she's buried, but she's alive. So he wants to get her out of there. Now I'm not sure why he's doing so much trouble to get her out, because leave her under the earth. But maybe he thinks if she comes out, she's gonna terrorize everybody. Okay, he wants to shovel her out. He hit her casket, so he's there almost. And then this team of punks, they come and say, what the hell are you doing? Oh, and what's the shovel for? Got ourselves a fucking grave digger. You know what we do with grave diggers? Get the fuck out. They start hitting him. Then he starts to piss on the grave, the main bad guy. And then we see the mom taking his junk, ripping his junk off, and then pulling him underneath towards the grave, and she starts to bite off his entire face. Then the other three guys try to help him. They get attacked. So you got like 3 or 4 asshole zombies, and then something super weird happens. The preacher who holds the ceremony for Mum sees this happening, and he jumps from his balcony and he's like a kung fu master. He kills the zombies, like, hitting them up with kung fu kicks, with like Krav Maga. Eventually, one he uppercuts his head off, and he's standing there. Whoa. And then the head falls on his neck, and he bites in his neck. So he's also a zombie. Now, what happens now is that most of the zombies, the punker zombies, are dead, but the priest isn't dead. He's been bitten. So what he does is he takes Mum back, he takes the priest back, he had about 3 or 4 zombies in his dining room, and then Uncle Les comes by, and you know, he's talking about she would have left me something, and then Lionel, being the good soul that he is, he can have everything, the house, the inheritance, and Les, of course, super happy, wants to hold a party in the house. So, but the problem is that apparently, he hears something like in the other room. Lionel wants Les wants to check, but he says, no uncle, I'll check. Lionel checks. It's the priest fucking the nurse where head's half off. He's like, oh, they're kissing each other, but she's biting a piece out of his entire skin comes off. They're fucking zombies. And eventually this comes to fruition that zombie is pregnant, and a zombie baby flaps out with the navel cord on, and it's, I mean, you can't imagine how stupid and how it's meant to shock you. It's meant to shock you and at the same time make you laugh. You know, the characters didn't make me laugh. I thought they were weirdos. I thought they were fucked up, whatever they were. You know, like the drooling veterinarian, like the laughing like crazed man coroner, and every time something with Peter Jackson, his cameraman, he said he always had something with going straight to the face like this. Your mom's dead, sorry. Mom? I mean, it's like constantly of just close-up facial shots from the zombies and from the people. And that's something that frustrated me. That it was weird. It didn't belong, and like I said, the characters weren't funny. The characters were weird characters, all fucked up in the head. And then okay, yeah, Paquita, she's in love with him just because her mom does tarot cards, and she doesn't want anything to do with him when he comes to the store to pick up the groceries, and then he lets something fall on the counter, and it makes this symbol that the tarot cards made, that would be your unconditional love. And she's like, okay, you're the guy. And she does so much for him that it frustrates me that Lionel is such a whip beaten bitch that he doesn't even, she wants to get up to his room, give him his jacket, because at the zoo he just left her alone. He went with his mom to the hospital. Then he came back, give him a rose. I do think after that they had sex in this room. I do think so. I'm not sure because he was really happy, and so I think she went out the balcony way, but you know here it comes. So the most what I could remember as a kid, that scene was the fact that the mom gets eaten, gets a bite and becomes a zombie. That's what I remember. I also remember that she becomes this uber zombie. I'm not sure. Now apparently the tranquilizers that he's been giving them can cause mutation. So you've got mutated zombies now who are stronger than ever, coming out of the ground in the cellar because he's been holding them all in the cellar. So he's running above, please let me out, let me out. In the meanwhile, a party is going on that Uncle Les created. Also, Uncle Les is trying to rape Paquita. Of course, luckily she's strong enough to hold them back. And then let's say that the entire movie is gore from beginning to the end. Like I said, the beginning, the guy, the New Zealander in Skull Island, he immediately gets chopped his head off and his hand off. So the gore starts there and it doesn't end to the end. But the climax gore, that's just fucked up. That's just fucked up. There is a small red herring when he's mowing the lawn for the 10th time because these lavish people are coming where she eventually lost her tongue and was eating her tongue and I was calling like oh. Out of nowhere, the guy during that dinner he says, "We have to go to war then." Okay, but who? New Zealand? Were they which war? I'm not a New Zealand connoisseur. I just know Peter Jackson made those movies there, and it's fucked up that he actually got those movies. I'm not sure what he made after this, but I don't think he made a lot more movies. I think he got this Lord of the Rings movie because of Braindead. And again, like the camera like this. I mean, it's sorry, that's a little cough. Sorry, but guitar cover, man. If you like this movie, it might fine by me, but never take my scoring personally, right? It's a me thing. I always say that, like, if it's a 4, watch on your own risk. That doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it. Your score can be 8 for that movie, so, but that's just my personal score. Now, the ending is the climax, of course. The party in the house, all the zombies. Lionel has been keeping the baby zombie. They're coming out. They start eating everybody at the party. They get fucking shred to pieces. I have to say that that's listen, I'm gonna say before I go to the good things. So the party happens, the zombies, and okay, Lionel knows I I gotta do something here. I gotta get something to fight, and he he was there was a foreshadowing that with the lawnmower that something was wrong, but he fixed it. So he's coming in with the lawnmower and starts to just lawnmower through all these zombies and just, you know, fucking them up and just pieces all over the place. That's the only way to kill them, just dismembering them from A to Z. I mean, and it's such a gory gore fest that the entire big room, a mansion room, is covered in blood, guts, arms, heads, and him standing there with a bloody lawnmower and himself full of blood. It's a fun scene. Okay, so then, you know, Paquita and him become in love. I think they put fire in the place, and then they throw away something that like a cross that had meaning to the that should bring him luck. But why would he throw it away? I don't understand. But okay, because Paquita self says no, don't do it, and he just oh. So what I liked was the practical effects. These were extremely well done. These, I mean, yeah, they were extremely well done. The zombies looked like zombies. And the zombies were a real danger. Only Lionel is, for some reason, unstoppable, and he has the courage to basically go in there with a fucking lawnmower and just like 100 zombies, and then killing his grandma in the basement, which kind of evolved because of the mutation of the tranquilizers. His mom, right? And I mean that's a cool scene. That's a cool scene that they probably used buckets and buckets of blood and fake and fake guts and fake limbs and I never seen something like that. Would you see that happening in The Walking Dead? A guy just going through 100 zombies maybe that were invited. Oh, yo, let's just go inside this room and just lawnmower all the zombies. And sorry, but I need my glasses just right and kill everybody. I never seen that happening in Walking Dead, so but that's the comedic part about it, right? The guy just going with a lawnmower, the most weird weapon to kill zombies. And there was that humor with the guy, those two zombies fucking. I like that. There's a baby dangling out of the she's standing upstairs, and the nurse zombie. I think she was the one that gets pregnant by the preacher, and then you see this baby dropping out, dangling on a piece of navel. Being, there are good parts in this one, but it's like the fact that Lionel keeps taking care of Mum, he's one of those guys you want to kick in the knackers, the balls, you know, to say, man up, you got a beautiful Latina woman, Paquita, get her and get the fuck out of there, you know? You got a fucking fucked up life, you're gonna be Norman Bates too. And give it to fucking Uncle Lester or Les. But he does keep following her even when she's dead. And even when she's undead. But hey, okay, listen, you get a lot of fun with Mum, the Mum character, like I said, the preacher character, the nurse character, the first ones who die, and then you get, of course, more zombies, and then the zombies who Lionel had to take care of, sedate, tranquilize. They mutated, and then of course attacking the party is a cool scene to see, and then him going through it with a lawnmower, that's cool to see too. That's one of the better scenes. Like I said, the fucking preacher zombie, that was funny. I mean, but like I said, it's always going a lot. So the fucking preacher, when he sees the fucking preacher zombie, he opens the door on a crack so Uncle Les can't see. And then this happens. Oh my God, Mum. I mean, this happens constantly until the very last shot, and that was so frustrating. That camera angle right up your face, and it's meant to be that the eyeballs, the facial expression is saying what it wants to say, right? So yeah, Dead Alive, Brain Dead. It's you know, it's more it's a classic. If you want to see something that also reminds, it's that also look kind of has the same feeling, the same tone to it. Is Bad Taste. It's about aliens who can get human skin over them, which is weird. It's like latex skin, but then when they take it off, they have this weird. The front cover of the movie Bad Taste is the alien doing this with a Kalashnikov, and they basically in that movie kill people for hamburger meat to sell at their intergalactic stores, something like that. But also something like that. It's just, and here, yeah, of course, it's a zombie movie, but yeah, I didn't like Lionel. I didn't like him. He was a pussy. He was an idiot at times. He had a good potential good girlfriend, wife, or who knows. And then he. He fucks it up because of his mom. His mom is controlling. So yeah, why not? It's like Norman Bates. It's like Norman Bates. and then he goes to the tarot reader, and again the camera is like this hand is the tarot reader, right? Danger. And him. Danger. I mean, really, really, it's so frustrating. I so like I said, cool practical effects, cool looking zombies, cool kills, a few funny moments here and there. The bad things are the camera angle, the camera angles that always right to the face, and then the weird characters that live in that town, like the coroner, the veterinarian, who's just drooling out of his mouth when he's making some. It's weird, weird characters. A kung fu master preacher. It's just weird. It's just weird. So there you go. I hope you uh, got a little bit out of it. Guitar cover for you 569. It's it's a movie that I recommend to watch. At least give it a watch. If not, it may surprise some people. It is a cult movie. It has a cult status, and is considered as one of the best horror comedies from its time. So I don't agree, but it's like that's just the thing. It is this channel is put here to agree, to disagree, to debate, to say, okay, listen, this movie I give it an 8. Okay, why you're 8, right? Because chi chi chi. Okay, you're right. You're right. It'd still be a 5 with me, but you got some good points. So we're always giving it civil, and yeah. Also, if you didn't subscribe yet, do it. It's free. Requesting for reviews, horror movie reviews, please. Free, and yeah. See you next time. Bye.